Hi first grade, today we're going to start our final project for the year. Before we begin, I thought I would shout out some of the designs that were turned in last week. Check out this really cool, interesting design. I'm loving the organic lines. The cool colors was a good choice. I think this is a really cool and creative design. Here's another castle design from first grade. I like the different dots. I think that gives it a really unique texture. And then check this one out. Look at all that detail. Even birds, castle, flags, airplane, animals. This is one great picture. This makes me want to know if there's a story or maybe a book that you've read that inspired this castle. This week, I was hoping we could study woodland animals. Forests provide shelter for animals, whether it's within the tree, the roots, the trunks, or high up in the branches. Animals that live in the forest and woodlands include big animals like bears, moose, and deer, and smaller animals like hedgehogs, raccoons, and rabbits. This week, I'm going to be creating a sculpture. So, as always, if you don't want to create a sculpture, that's totally fine. If you want to draw this project, that's totally cool with me. I just thought I would switch it up a little bit since last week we did drawing, so I thought I would do sculpture this week. If you forgot what a sculpture is 3D. So that means you could walk around it and view it from all angles. It's not flat like a painting. And then for my sculpture, I'm going to be thinking about texture. So texture is a really good one for this project because woodland animals have fur, and that would be considered a texture because you could reach out and you could pet it. Now, please don't pet bears or wild raccoons, but in theory, you could reach out and touch an animal and it would have fur, and that would be a texture. Hi first grade, it's good to see you again. So thank you to all who have been doing the projects, whether you did one or two or all of them and you're just a superstar like that. I really appreciate it. And parents, thank you so much for taking the time to help your child express themselves and work on those creative skills. It means a lot to me, and so I thank you so much. So for this project, I wanted to think outside the box of maybe drawing and painting. Now, of course, if you just want to draw a woodland animal, that's totally fine with me. I'm going to try to find some cardboard. I'll need some scissors. If I'm going to be gluing together pieces of cardboard, I probably don't want to use the school glue. That probably won't work, so I'm going to use a craft glue. And if I find anything else, I'm going to try to attach it and create a woodland animal that is 3D so that you can see it around. And you can add textures. Maybe you don't want to do a woodland animal. Maybe you want to do a lion and it has like furry cardboard coming out or something like that. Or maybe you want to cut something out of paper and that can be your texture and you can add it to your animal. So think about the ways that you want to create it. I'm gonna try to make mine now. While and I've been adding some pieces to my cardboard fox. So I used pieces of cardboard for the legs, toilet paper roll, and I cut it down because it was a little bit long. For texture, I did these little slits with my scissors into the cardboard on the tail, so it looked a little bit like fluffiness. I mean, it's cardboard, but I tried my best to show texture. I was a little bit messy with the glue, but I got some eyes on there. I found some googly eyes, so I think I might include those, and I might even paint it. But it's totally up to you how you want to do it. If you want to draw yours, that's totally fine. Don't worry. I just want you to do it the way that you know how.